Okay, taking a look at a crankshaft now. They come in all different sizes. This one here is off a V engine. Okay, the one in the background there is off a single cylinder. Just a little baby guy. Now, when we inspect these, we want to take a look at a few critical spots. The fillets, which are a stress relief between the journals and the throws, very important. We want to check for any cracking there on that radius. It absorbs a lot of stress, and that's typically where it'll crack. So we give a look for that. Look for discoloration, look for scoring, look for etching, look for smearing, anything like that, any signs of damage. Same as if you're inspecting any other component. Now, just want to make sure your oil holes aren't too plugged up with anything. All right, these ones here are pretty nasty. Still needs to go for cleaning. Clean off all our bearing surfaces and inspect this guy. If there's no visual damage, we want to inspect a few things. Make sure the nose is okay, it's not scored up, and that it will take the gear without issues. I'm going to take a look at our flange on this side here. Make sure that it'll mount the flywheel no problem. So we'll check the thread holes on here. We'll check that surface for the seal factor when it meets that rear main. But we'll put it on these V blocks for measuring. Being on the V blocks, it'll allow us to rotate it easily. Now make sure they're lubricated. All right, we don't want to cause any other damage, but you should be able to rotate them fairly easily. Okay, now when we're inspecting our crank, we have to check quite a few spots. Okay, now this here, these are main journals, right? Here's another one here, over here. We're gonna have to check those and compare that measurement to our main bore. This, and this, these are rod journals that can connect to our connecting rods. We'll have to measure that compared to our connecting rod inside diameter. When we're checking these, we will use our outside mic. Okay, we'll want to check for out of round. So we'll take a measurement here and here. Be careful of that oil hole. Not only will we check our out of round, so in 2 different places, or 3 depending on the manufacturer, we also want to check our taper. So is there a difference between here and here on our bearing surface? So we'll take these out of round measurements in 2 spots on each journal, and that's for the mains as well as the connecting rods. So that's very important to do, and then use those measurements to determine the serviceability.